So you see, we can have a discussion about like every little part of the whole chart before we finish with the 7 string shape, 7 modes, long pattern stack. I just want to show you that we have our own little circle for the long pattern stack. It goes C, G, D, A, E, but the A has a little detour there. So starting at the A pattern, so let's start at a C short here. It goes C, G, because we're building the pattern from the bottom. So we'll go C, G, D, A, and then there's this detour, and you come out at this other A up here. And then it just continues on from there, A to E to C. So I've drawn the circle like this. C is 3, 4, 5, G is 6, 7 root. Okay, D is 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4 leads into 5, 6, 7, and then we just do this little substitution in here, and then we get back to E at 7 root 2. Now, you say, oh, substitution, well, that's trivial. Hey, that's trivial, yeah, it is. I mean, when I was originally doing substitutions, it was trivial. Say we're doing something that has a 5, 6 in it. So here's a 5, 6, right? So let's see, the fourth of A is D, and then the fourth of D is G. So say we're going D shape, G shape, A shape. Now we're going to substitute into this A shape before we go to the E shape up top. We're going to do this whole thing where we're going to go and then back up here. Right? So we want okay, that's a substitution. But this is actually going in order. So we've got the A shape, the G shape to the D shape to the A shape. Now we're going to follow the long pattern at that point. So we go 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, warp up 4, 5, 6. Now we're going to go into the E shape. Okay, so it's like just a little detour on that. We've explained that. We've explained this is the same diagram. Okay, it's just done in string shapes to make it simple for us, so we can simplify it. We don't have to have the big fretboard anymore. This is the only thing that isn't changing. This is the pattern. And this is a little asterisk that says tuning third between C and B string can be anywhere. So that would affect the way this stacks up. Okay, so if the tuning third was, if this was the bottom string, and next up, next up, next up, we would have to warp this part of it over. Okay, so this is what would happen then. If that was the case, if we just played it the way it is without, you know, just using this as the bottom string, so this is the way it would stack up. And to make it look nice, you know, we have to make things line up. So we're over now. So this dash has to be over that too. You know, and it has to look like sized up properly so that we have a line of notes here. So that is the way that's played. Okay, so we started, say, on the 5, 6, it's 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 7, root 2, but now we warp up that 3. See, 7, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5. 7, root 2, warp up 3, 4, 5. Okay, we had to do that. So the pattern, the tuning warp can occur anywhere but at the G and the B string on your guitar, no matter what. It's between these two strings, no matter what. That's where the tuning warp always is. Okay. So we just go put it back the way it was, because this is the way the pattern is. So now we've just explained, this is the short version of this. Okay. Sometimes you just get a little confused. I have to see, see what's going on here, but now I can do it the short version. We have the circle there with the detour. We explain mobility. We have the general circle of fifths and the circle of fourths. Now let's look at the short pattern once again. We have this is it. If you just learn this, you can do it. You can do any pattern. So you want to start. Now, of course, you don't have, if you wanted to do the 4 Lydian and the 7, well, the 7 is right there for you, but if you want to do the 4 or the root, so let's say 1, and that's 2, 1 thing we can do, 2 things we can do, plus the 5, that's 7 qualities right there. So we've got the 2, 3, 4, okay, and then we have the 5, 6, then we have 7 root 2 and on up. That's Locrian. Then we have the 3, 4, 5 for Phrygian. And we have 6, 7 root for the Aeolian. Now to get the 4, we could just start on the 4 in the C box, in a C box, any C box. For instance, the C box, right? So it'd be like, okay, so we could just start on the 4 and go up from there. But that is a Lydian 4th. I hate to kind of, accent that Lydian 4th, because it's not. It shouldn't be accented. You know what I'm saying? Be used as a step to get closer to the root, to the top of the scale. Not we're going to stop there. So these are the short pattern string shapes, and you do want to learn these. You want to internalize these, but you want to see how they stack up. Remember now, these guys are going to be on the bottom of these down here. This is the way to envision them. They're going to stack brick wall right up like that till they hit the 5, 6. It's just going to be. So this 2, 3, 5, 6 root 2, that's like from a D. Okay, that's that 2, 3, 5, 6 root 2. So let's look at what we have. You want to internalize this. You want to learn this, because this is your string shapes. You start anywhere, start any groove. Okay, so let's say we got the 2, 3, 4 right there. You can start it anywhere, and you could be in the key of F, where the 2 would be the G, and you just go 2, 3, 4 there. From there you can go anywhere. You can go up to the 5, 6. Okay, and then it's a 7 root 2, but you had to bring it over like that. You can start anywhere from any of these patterns. So do memorize what the string shapes are, and let's just review to make it easy. We always want to make things easy in guitar, always. So that is because it's not laziness. It's when you make things easy, it allows you to get onto get more done, and get onto subjects that aren't easy anymore. So right here, want to make it easy. The string shapes are the bottom strings of the cage shapes. So here's the C string shape down here, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the A string shapes 5, 6. The G string shapes 6, 7 root. Okay, so here's your string shapes, but this is how they stack up if you're going vertically. So the A would go to the E right